This is a new video. Hey guys, welcome back to Butler Family Farm. This is the continuation or the garden setup thing. We've got all the dirt and the totes and all that, and we had the last couple lengths of the geocloth that we have to keep the weeds from growing, and we're getting ready here to end up start planting some seeds in some of these totes. So you can see they're all end up being ready for seeds or plants, whatever way we're going to put in them. And so up here we got this area opened up, so left open, so we can put some buckets and tubs up in here, and then we're going to put tubs and buckets down this length over here also. And then we just ran out of geocloth for this length, so we're just going to leave this for now, and we may next year add another piece to it, or we may add another piece this year. It just all depends.
I've got my tomato plants that I'm going to pop in their buckets, and I've got these guys I need to split up too. They're my Grow Big Contest Dr. Wychee's yellow tomatoes, and I'm going to take 2 of them out and just have the one in there. Robert has a theory on copper and being in with the plants, and I'm going to get him to talk about that in a little bit, understand what he's doing, and we're testing it out in the garden this year to see if that helps with the plant growth. This, they're not sad looking, but they kind of are. It's a 4-pack of Roma tomatoes that I picked up at the local high school FFA greenhouse project. And then the taller ones are some Rucker tomatoes that I bought in Oklahoma last weekend, and I really need to get them in the dirt. But let me show you what I've got going so far. I worked out here this morning, and then it got hot and I took a 2-hour break. But what I'm doing is, this is all the dirt from last year's potted container tomato buckets, and I dumped it all in here, and I'm going to stir it all up. I've got some egg I'm going to put in, and then in the buckets I've cleaned them out and started putting straw in there, and I've got some mushroom dirt in there, and I was going to mix some fertilizer and some blood meal into the old dirt, but instead of mixing them in the bucket, I think I'm going to do each bucket out of this tub and mix all my straw and my dirt with last year's dirt in the bucket, and then refill up the buckets. And the buckets this year are going to be a lot higher. I'm going to have them filled up to this point, and I'm going to sink my tomatoes in there a little bit deeper. I think that'll give them a better start. But I came out here, I also came out and weeded both sides of this fence of this stuff that grows like, I don't know, like Johnson grass almost, but it starts climbing and it blocks everything. So I've cleaned out the border of my fencing down the west side, and then this side is actually the north side. And I'm going to set my buckets, tomato buckets, on the lids to give them a little bit more protection from the weeds and whatever kind of hopefully won't be coming through my geocloth. I am going to get some dimaceous earth and sprinkle around the top of the plants too. As you can see, I've got several of these bamboo poles wrapped with copper, and Robert's got them stuck in the dirt. This particular raised bed has a row, and this is my marker, but this is a row, and you can see it coming up, of watermelon radishes. Now this isn't the contest. These are extra seeds I had. Jerry's still going to do his contest, but in case our growing time, we miss out, I've got some started. And then I've got 3 spots of Black Beauty zucchini right here in this one. And I've got some other zucchini I'm going to plant too. And I saw, I think it was Facebook, they showed that they use their tomato cages for the zucchini to have them grow up the tomato cages instead of being viney on the dirt on the ground and up and over. And the reason for that helped keep the squash bugs at bay. So I'm going to try that on some of my zucchinis. But I'm going to go and get my dirt back together. I need to get these tomato plants potted, so I'll be back. So Robert's out here with me right now, and he's going to tell us about the copper on the post.
Pretty much it's copper wrapped all the way up, little antenna at the top. It's called electroculture.
And how deep did you put that in?
Just enough to where it stands on its own.
Okay, and it does, the purpose of it is to
Make it grow faster and more healthy.
So the copper's pulling what out of as an antenna, the copper's pulling what out?
Energy out of the air,
Okay.
and bringing it into the
Plant.
right.
Okay, and you've seen several videos on how all this works, and you've seen, well, we're going to have like this right here. I'm going to repot this Dr. Wychee's tomato. I'm going to take 2 out and put them in 2 buckets and put them out here in the garden. And I'm going to leave the copper post in with the single. And so we're going to see if the plant does better with or without. These are our, what did you call it? Control items. So just something new, something he's picked up on a couple different gardening sites, and we wanted to test it out. So that's what it's all about. Here's my tomato buckets. This is, oops, gotta be careful not to trip and break my neck. This bucket is one of the survivor seeds. I had 4 come up, and I brought 2 over here, and I still have one in that particular garden. And then these are the Roma. No, let me back up. This is one of the, I had 4 starts for the Grow TV tomato contest, so I separated them out, and this is one of them at this end of the row. These are the Rutger tomatoes. These are the Roma tomatoes I got in Oklahoma. Here's the second Dr. Wychee yellow tomato. And then I planted this bed with 2 rows of carrots right here. Sorry, I'm in the sun. 2 rows of carrots with my flag. And then companion planting, I put 2 tomato plants over here from the Survivor seed. And then this, half of this raised bed has bush green beans. And there's 2 plantings of that. And then I have a row of cabbage as a companion plant. So tomorrow, I have a couple other seeds I want to plant, but I'm going to concentrate on this area. I'm going to go in tonight and look at the budget prepper, I think it is, or no, prepper, potpourri prepper. Mary Ellen had a video last year that potatoes, and just kind of doing a very old tradition. You just put the potatoes, excuse me, I'm tired, in a row and then mound up on it. You don't actually dig into the dirt. So I'm going to go in and watch her video, but I'm going to work on this plot tomorrow and figure out a couple other seed varieties that I want to plant. Oh, I know. I've decided I'm going to use one of these. I've got 6 of them, but one of them I'm going to put in a bush cucumber, which is container ready, and see how that goes.